Woo! What's going on? Back at it. Back at it again. Back at it again. Back at it again. Um, like I said, I didn't say like I said. What I was about to say. I messed up in the recording. I was going to talk about the what I saw yesterday, and he was talking about podcasts, right? And I'm just like, this stuff right here is kind of stuff that I see a lot. And when people talk about podcasts, this podcast, that it's a loose term. It's been around for a long time. It's been around a long time. And I know it's been around for like decades. I'll say 2003, the most on XM radio. And then when it got in fuller, a lot of people just brought its attention. So what we're saying in so many words, the video style podcast actually started 2012 when the Android phones became popular, and then iPhones and things like that. So technology wasn't always great. People need to get off that shit. They try to say we always had great technology. No, we didn't. Most of that shit was trash. If y'all knew any fucking thing, it never was that great. I don't know why people think like that. It's a poor man's mindset. I understand people want to time warp in the past, but y'all proving my point why people are not moving forward. It's the bullshit behavior that people are talking about. So we gotta stop with the bullshit, bro. Cause tech is very resourceful. And you got people not understanding the grind of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta stop lying to people. Like, yes, the podcast, why it's a failure. I'll tell you why it's a failure. It's a failure because people have poor subject matters. I said this last year. I think I said this in the third shift. And I tell people if they know anything about tech, it's very complicated, man, because their little world is shit. They ain't talking about nothing, to be honest with you, but the same old shit and the same old products, and they're biased to certain products. I just watched this guy named Free Podcast Tools, and he was talking about YouTube and podcasts. Well, if you should have known, if you monetize YouTube, that's your ass. They can get rid of you anytime. So you'd be dumb to do it on YouTube. There's other networks you can go through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people don't fucking understand this. Like, there's Rumble, there's other places better than this shit. This shit is just saturated with bullshit. Once you get rid of this shit, you already know YouTube is not going to last forever, and it will not last forever. They can do all these LLCs all day, and it's still trash. Nobody's not going to fuck with it. Quiet as it's kept. It's a dying website, just waiting to be sold. Like, I'll give you an example. Tumblr is a great example. I want to talk about this tomorrow, and this is one of the things I cannot stand. Like, we got to cut the bullshit, bro. We got to cut the bullshit what people are saying. Like, a lot of people just want to just run their mouths about certain things. Why would anybody speak on it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the fact that people want to have certain things, and I be seeing a lot of tech on YouTube and things like that, and people trying to podcast now because they're coming in the game late. I started last year, and let me tell you, um, my shit's not a podcast. It's a live stream. I live stream, and then I vlog stream outside because I'm basically broadcasting my message. So I'm not podcasting. Podcasting would be like a setting. You got to have a group of people, like you see on. For me, I look at it like this: the Devin Wade show. That's a podcast that I like. I like that show better than everybody else's. Everybody else's is trash. They suck. And I said this last year. Not most people can't really podcast. Most people can't. They can't go to different subject matters that what they want to speak on. See, YouTube is a sorry site for that. It's the wrong place to do it. There's other places better. Facebook, we know Facebook ain't shit. We know everywhere else ain't shit either. YouTube's just mainstream media. That's the problem. Once you have media, a lot of people say it's okay to have it. No, it's not. That's what killed this site. You didn't need it in the first place. Mainstream media could have created another what they will call themselves a social media platform separate to this shit and be better than this shit. YouTube would have blew past that, and we'll see which one was better. But mainstream media don't have to promote their live streams like that or their broadcasts on YouTube. They was doing that in 2012 and fucked it up for everybody. That was the struggle. It was content. Now, if you did pre-recorded content and you had certain microphones, you're good. You can record. You can do what the fuck you want to do. Audio did matter. Like I said, they can look at a bad screen. Most people say that. That's true. And sometimes they want both. You got people that want both. They want the aesthetics, what you look like, and the audio. Both of it matters. Now, some people say it don't matter. That's the ones that don't really give a shit about the picture. Most people care about the lens in the picture. That's the most important part, right? But if your sound is bad, they try to say it ain't gonna work. Yeah, sound does matter. 95% it matters. I will say 75% of that matters. The other half, your pitch has to be right too. That's another way how you get more views. You want to get more views, you got to look presentable and things like that. Some people just going to look at it different than everybody else. And I was looking at this, and I was looking at his recording, and it's called, I will say it's called YouTube versus podcast. There's a difference. YouTube is a variety of topics. It used to have groups back in the day in the beginning. I'll never forget back in 2007 until I'll say somewhere around 2009, they had it. And after that, 2010, you stop seeing them. I'll say from '07, from '09, I saw that when I had my first channel. And then I realized that shit changed over time. In 2010, you didn't see it no more. In 2012, and that's when it died. It actually died when they took the broadcast yourself label off of it. And that's what killed the website. So a lot of people don't understand that YouTube has been on the downhill. A lot of people saying it's on the up and up. It's on the up and up because you got bullshit content creators talking about bullshit. Like you got the video game community, like PewDiePie and them, they blew up because of certain video games and stuff like that. They was arguing about that. That's what the audio community is. They're basically in the same community. They just separated, and they're biased to certain gear. And I've noticed this, and this is just an observation of what I'm seeing. There's a lot of division in that community. I don't care what nobody says. They pick certain microphones that they like, and the ones they don't like, and the ones that's really good. Like I give you an example about certain microphones that they are biased towards too, and they don't, and they know it's good. Like the Dinocaster, for example, PD70. If it's getting great reviews, anything that has great reviews, like the BP40, anything, the Audio Technica 240, those microphones, those are ones they don't like, but it's getting respect in other areas and reviews. And I noticed that. And that's why the community is so divided, because I see why people don't like talking about tech. Tech is not respected like it used to be. It was respected in YouTube in the beginning. I'm going to talk about the history of that. Probably, yeah, I can talk about it right now. I ain't going to say it tomorrow because half of it is going to entail, it's a build up. I'm going to save a small piece of it, but I'm going to give you the whole piece today. The small piece, why the way it is. Well, when you look at tech communities, they don't really last long. They always find another niche to go over, like Twitch or whatever. Those are the things you look at. So when you have people not responding the way they've done, then you have certain things like that. So people are going to look at tech based off what you hear, right? So some people are going to look at it and be like, hey, this is what it is. And I see this a lot. And I'm not really tripping on this shit. I'm not really tripping. So when you have certain things like that about the tech community and things like that, most people just gonna look at it like, look, this is gonna be who I am, and that's basically what it is. And they're gonna pick certain things that they like, just like anything else, like gear. And I've noticed that about certain things. And I'm using a regular old interface. Like, look, I'm using a budget one. I don't know if I could show you, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm using something that's very valuable. You know what I'm saying? But I'm using this. So that's just basically what you have here. And you have certain things to move forward. And and that's just how it is in so many instances. So you can have these things going around, and you expect anything different. So, you know what I'm saying? But that's just that boils down to it. And I'm just like looking at it like, look, in the tech community, it gets very divided. And I've noticed something about it long term. And they don't last long. I watch the guys I subscribe to, they and the development of who they are. And even if you watch your own videos and the change and the growth of their channels, I'll go back to their videos like 6 years, 5 years, 8 years. Big dramatic differences how long they've been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube way longer than they have, and I've been on YouTube for like 15 years when I lost my first channel, but this is my second channel technically. I see the dramatic changes in people's content based off their presentation alone, and they haven't really changed much. But some people say that's a bad thing. It can be, but some things it can be good. But to be honest with you, it's the individual. It's an individual thing, and I think that person's doing good where he's at, and his sound's still the same. People fuck with him. A lot of times, you got people that will fuck with him based off the same old shit. That's basically you want to hear. So I see this a lot. I see this entailed what you have in so many words. So when you talk about tech, it's going to be like that in the tech world. And I think when this dude said he was podcasting, it was like free podcast tools. He's got a good channel. The problem with it is the subject matter. I think people get stuck on bullshit a lot. And the problem is they don't understand that you can have nice titles all day, but if your subject matter is trash, people are not going to fuck with you. I've seen this a lot, and a lot of people just need to get over it, man. And you get over the fact that most people are going to look at things differently. So again, I'm not saying whatever to be that's nothing new, but people just not going to fuck with you long term. You just got to look at it for what it is. Most people are just assholes on here, bro. I understand it. I damn near understand. I understand people this day ain't gonna like you based off who you are and reputation. So YouTube reputation does matter sometimes. Y'all just gotta come with it and stop with the bullshit, bro. And I understand where he's coming from. No shots at old boy, but I was looking around and I look at it like this. He has some good points on certain topics, certain things, and it is what it is. And what you have is you see it a lot. So what you have here is you got individual use the word podcast loosely, and I think this is a loose term. They should call it vlogcast. You got vlogcasts like what I do outside. You're broadcasting on a live stream, turns it into a podcast with avatars, non-avatars. You camming up. It's actually some form of a podcast with panels. That's what they're there for. Now, your subject matter has to matter to certain people. That's how you get your views. See, yes, I got a few mics over here and things like that. That don't really matter. I mean, they put their paces and uses. Since I'm going XLR over here, and I got my trusty mic over here, and I'm still the same. I haven't changed a damn bit. It's just you basically want to have certain things in place. So yeah, I had to upgrade. I had to upgrade from last year because last year I was using USBs. I'm gonna show you. Hold on for a second. I was using this, and I'll tell you how many hours I was using it. The maximum was probably, to be honest with you, about 12 hours. Probably used it for 12 hours. That was the max. I broke a record. I used 12 hours. Well, actually, not this microphone, but the other one with the Sunday Madness, and I'll show you. I know people hate this one, but I got the original Yeti, but it was a Pro that came out 2010. I did some history work on this. I got this mic around last year in November, and remember that string that had fuckery? I used this microphone when I said the trims. Trim Edition, I use this microphone. I'm gonna tell you a story. When the nigga shit was so high, I use this damn thing, and I've just the levels and know how to use and talk right in through the sides and all that stuff. Oh, it worked wonders. It's a pro. I know people like, this is like my sixth to fifth microphone and things like that. So you look at things like that and you be like saying to yourself, what is it there to do, And you just got to look at things like that. And some people just going to look at things different, right? So when you have things like that, and you notice, I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. But I just had to show you that microphone put my ass on the map last year in November. That's when my views was shooting up. People was interested in me in the algorithm. Now I was already using the Quadcast, this red and black one right here, and it's got a thread adapter, and it goes good on this arm right here. So since I'm using the 91C, the EM91C, by Mackie, and it sounds good. Sounds good on the playback, and I did good. And I don't EQ and do everything like he said. I'm the same way here. A lot of people just waste their time doing that shit. So once you have a microphone, man, it's a different booster. But some people, they podcast, and I saw another video by a white guy. He said, you got to be interesting. And what he was trying to say, and I was about to say something in his comment section, free podcast, but I let him rock on this one. And I said to myself, nah, it's no need. Because I done heard these arguments before. And it's just like, and I tell them in passing, when I'm doing content, I tell them, look, this is the stuff that you got to know, that you got to be interesting, no matter what you're using. You got some people use laptop stuff, the mic. They use what they have. They can use you can use what you want to use. But if you're doing something, people are going to take notice. Now, if you want to be professional, yes, you're going to have to get better quality gear and things like that. Now, I ain't saying everybody should be professional. I don't believe in that. I ain't trying to be professional with this shit. I'm happy with this microphone. I'm happy with it because I'm proud of myself. I did upgrade to finally XLR and see what it feels like, if I like it or not. To me, I like it at this point. I can use this for recording. If I want a voiceover, I can do that. It's too easy. And I kind of like it for YouTube for now. I can use it for something else. If I see another similar site to YouTube, I can take this mic and go somewhere else with it. That's one of these reasons why I take this mic and just be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But it had to get a better interface and upgrade that way. So I tried a few interfaces out, but the one I got, like the M Audio one I did on the testing stream, I kept that shit. That's going to be for certain uses. I'll put it in its paces and things like that, and it works. But I'm using the one I always use, the Behringer, of course. A lot of people don't like it. I'm going to show it a little love. It's compatible to my computer. And I'm just saying, like, the subject matter of podcasting, I'm going to go back to the subject, what he was saying. It's very subjective. And the problem with that is you got to have a subject matter. You got to have a subject matter. And with that, you just got to build off of what you're saying. So basically what I'm saying is when you got guys that talk about it enough and appreciate what you're doing, people are going to look at it differently. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying to get one. A lot of people say you got to have a studio. Yeah, you got a studio, things like that. A studio's nice. But nobody's not going to pay for $200 some for a studio or $400 for one. And the studio matters in some degrees if you're in voiceover, whatever. See, I'm on YouTube for now because I ain't in no position into that. But, I'll think about it. That's something to think about. And if I want to invest in one or own the land and territory, yeah, you can get your own studio, get better quality microphones and things like that. That's why I'm not in no rush to build one. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning as I go how to be better with this. So I got the stuff. All I just need to produce content and know what I'm talking about based off subject matter. I know what I'm talking about, but I've dealt with a lot of subjects on YouTube. Did research on history, the dark history stuff. I did that already. Now I got to learn how to talk about current events, like basically around this state or anywhere I've seen and travel, whatever. That's the hard part. And in the content, I have to go outside with it and just do this. This is just a simple recording response to dude saying YouTube versus content. They're two different things. YouTube, you can do anything. You're actually helping somebody else. You're not actually helping yourself. You're actually helping them. Podcasting is different. That's when you're in radio. That's when you're in a broadcast setting. You got to have better quality mics or decent mics. They'll fuck with. But 9 out of 10, you got to show yourself a lot. So you're in front of the camera. If they see you on TV and television, they know how you sound and broadcast your message. So yeah, but this microphone took me like 12 hours on a live stream one time. And yes, it picked up a couple of background noise and here and there. But since I got carpet down here, that's a whole different subject matter. A lot of people look at that like I'm crazy with this matter. But what you got to understand is when you do this stuff, it matters. Sometimes people don't upgrade as quick. I understand that. Yes, these two are USB mics. This is dynamic right here. This is my Fifine. This is one I use every Thursdays. This is just my pre-record. I got the what's it? The Bumblebee 2. I think it's right here. Yeah, I got this right here. Yeah, that's the Bumblebee 2. And I believe the Bumblebee 2 on pre-record sound excellent. I can have that hooked up and talk to y'all. It's not easy, but the levels is Justin. But I prefer this because this serves me very well. Since I got the interface, I'm here now. I can use this at nighttime. To be honest, I can use this at nighttime. I can use this in the daytime, so I can switch back and forth. I use this in pre-record as well. I've used this in pre-record as well, and pretty liked it that much. And I told Toya, man, cherish this shit. I've went 12 hours with this one time, 10, 9, 8 hours, all the way through 6 hours with a live stream, just cardioid pickup pattern the whole time. And I accidentally while on the panel hit omnidirectional and fucked that up and had a few background noises, but that's a whole nother story. But that particular microphone that I'm just showing y'all, this was my first one. That's how I got into it. And to be honest with you, I should have had these years ago on YouTube. To be honest with you, I could have invested in something like this years ago while I was in the workplace. But at the time, I wasn't thinking about YouTube like that. I wasn't taking this seriously. What the absence I missed from 2015, from 2020, I didn't take this seriously, and I didn't have time. I had a little of time and patience in that area. So that's basically what it is. And I see this a lot. So when people talk about actual podcasting and things like that, it takes skill. And I see this a lot. And I think Devin Wade learned this. He's a DJ and everything. And I watch his stuff a lot religiously. Gilly, they call him Gilly the Kid, but he's known as Gilly the King now. But $1 Million Worth of Game, that's a good one. It's an entertaining show, but the way they do it, they make it look easy. See, to be honest with you, a true podcaster, I like the entertainers when they podcast. When they podcast, they know what the fuck they're doing. They got mixers, they got everything. I let them do it. Me on YouTube, what you would say if they call us podcasters, it'll be different. Everybody's using interfaces. We're just doing recordings and all that. And it's good. But on live streams, it's a little different, because I haven't mastered that yet. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing with me, learning as I go. And it's a process, man. A lot of this stuff you learn about actual stuff, sound, compressing and all that other stuff. So some people, they talk about, I don't use a lot of compression. Not with mics. I just go based off its natural sound. You can, but different strokes for different folks, most people would say, right? Well, for me, I don't need all that. I already know what's going to sound like in the beginning. So the trick is I learn about what the interface can do, what it can't do. Nothing's perfect. You just got to be happy with what you have for now and just stick with it. And I'm here for the durability of it, so I got the ones that will work for me and I like it and I take care of it. Now you got to see which mics that can match this interface. So this one I got is for condensers. It works very well in certain handhelds, dynamic or condenser, it don't really matter. And I said, you know what? I'm going to keep this in recording. So it's helping me wonders. So, dude, free podcast tools. I think I heard your message, but man, it's just like the reason podcast is semi-successful I'm not saying it's going to die. It's going to continue. It depends on the individual. It's an individual thing. To me, I would say it's more, it's more, it's more of how you present yourself in the long run. And your message has got to be on point. And most people fuck with people that loves bullshit and entertainment. That's the problem. A lot of people say YouTube's the entertainment business. Technically, no, it's not. YouTube is very versed. Yes, they fuck with the entertainment, but that's what killed it. That's what killed it. Media, like mainstream media and entertainment, killed YouTube. And I'm telling you what years they killed it. They killed it in 2012, and after that, it was done. There is no creation. You can't even play music on YouTube like that without getting a strike. That's why the website ain't going anywhere as much. Successful. I'm talking about success. It's not going anywhere. It can die and it gets sold by somebody. I seen this from Tumblr. And certain things, you see, now you see where it's at. It's not even in relevance. YouTube gonna be the same way if they ain't careful, because other sites can replace this. It's a possibility. Nothing's impossible. Look what Elon Musk did, trying to flex on Twitter. Yeah, I'll talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, because that's a subject that needs to be heard. So I'm gonna break down everything, gonna write it down and say, look, that's a subject that we gotta stick with, and it's just what it is. So with that, that's all I got. And like I said, podcasting is a loose term. It's a niche. You know, the modern video podcast is a niche term. You can do it for like an hour or whatever. But this is not a podcast. This is just a simple recording. And this is something that you got to understand that most people don't really care. They don't give a fuck and they don't care. They just, if you do content, you do content. They fuck with you. They fuck with your subject matter. If you sound great, you got to be interesting. That's the secret. And that's the thing about my channel. My channel is a little interesting. A lot of people don't, they like it. And then you got a lot of people that don't like it. So it's like a 50-50 or whatever. I'm just like anybody else in their minds. But to me, there's somebody said no. And if they subscribe, he's interesting. What he's going to say next. You know what I'm saying? Even on live streams, they try to check me out. I do 3 things. I do this, I vlog stream. You know, that's the standard. You know, you do have to cam up and live stream now on a cell phone. I'm trying to get a microphone through that, but it's a process. It's a process. I haven't seen what worked yet, but I'm getting there. You know, it's got to give me time to work there as always. So you got to understand something real quick. And it's a process. So I'm getting there. So then I do the actual live stream with the panels or no panels, and then I just bring information. That's just it. That's what I do. And those are the 3 things I do on YouTube for now. I got to put these in use. And if I have a studio, I will do definitely recordings and get in the sound that I need. Yeah, you can tweak it and whatever. I don't tweak my mics, to be honest with you. I just keep it as it is. If it breaks, always get another one. But the ones I probably last me for a bit, I can't even tell any difference. So, yeah, but you know what I mean? That's all I got. I'll be back to the next one. So, shalom and peace, and I'm out.